All right, we are back in the Razor Hill Inn. Gear check, copper battle axe, but just a bunch of whites except for the rune copper pants. Only able to wield stuff crafted by us or by a blacksmith via quest. So if they directly refer to forging the item in the quest text or otherwise use a forge, as you can see there, I'm going to do Axeloth, and I'm also going to go over and test the waters on the warrior quest there. The follow-up with it gives you a green one-hander. But Demon Seed, that is the quest. Of course, I won't be able to use the cloth chest piece that has 4 stamina, which is pretty huge. So I would ordinarily end up using that, maybe even on a male character. Pardon me. Just get a drink of water here. And that's a fork dropping. Anyway, we're heading over to the Barrens. We're going to hit up the Burning Blade. And I think in a minute here, I'm going to open up my Kill Dex mod for those of you who may be curious about how many of each mob I have killed. I usually grind a lot from 1 to 10, but you can see here I have 35 Hex Trolls, 30 Voodoo Trolls, and then 25 Vile Familiars, so I was going in on them for a while, and 21 Thunder Lizards, because those scales were not dropping. Scorpid Worker makes sense. That's also an early mob I was grinding. And the cool part about this mod, I don't know if I'll do it here. Here's the rest of it for those of you to just look over, pause the video if you are curious. The cool part about this mob is it'll show you your session as well as recent. And you can look at all kinds of things. This is Kill Dex. If you're just curious, you know, of course, if you have a character that's current, it's not going to be effective. It only starts once you have it. It won't obviously retrospectively look and know what you've killed. But if you start a character from level 1 using it, like this one, you can see exactly what. And there I am. Like, I only had 2 apprentice kills and 4 fanatic kills for my Searing Colors and Insignia. In and out. I'm not messing with Gazazazazug or whatever his name is in there. That's how I lost my previous hardcore Horde Warrior. I was being reckless. I was geared out too. 150 engineering, all that kind of stuff. And I was being reckless and just went in and died. This is one of those quests where if you don't read the text, you might not know that you gotta grab the stone there, even though he does say it. But it's preparing you for some other things like, you know, the Gopher quest in RFK that you got to pick up the item for, and several other quests that, you know, hey, right-click this item for me. Oh, getting the horn for the escort from Darkshore to Ashenvale. That quest is horrible. That quest is absolutely atrocious. Like, you just get jumped by 4 mobs and they just kill them. Like, there's 2 casters, and like at the end there, and it's just horrible. Like, I've been green, basically like level 24 doing that quest on a hunter, and still failed it. Because I'm bad, but also because they just murked him before I could do anything about it. So, you know, I'm making my way now downtown, as they say. Or should I say uptown, as I am going up the hill. And I think now is a good time to meet you up on top of that Chaos Mountain. So, I will see you there. I should be dead. I should be dead once from Fizzle. And I should be dead again from what is about to occur here. So, we'll do a play-by-play here for a little bit for this first kill. You can just really see here the effectiveness of having a weapon that is not absolute trash. So let's see here. Oop, didn't quite get the charge, but I'm also nervous about pulling more than one. But that's a 53. A 49. That's a 46. I'm hamstringing him just in case. Parry on the heroic strike. Boom, 69 heroic strike, 69 420. But I am half health, because that's a Curse of Agony and an Immolate. So pulling 2 is very hard. And I am not getting world buffs this run. I mean, I might get them, but I'll click them off before I go out questing. Or killing mobs. Here's another one. So, I gotta worry about that, you know. That's, you know, beautiful fight there. Just 4 hit him. Got a green. There's a vendor for something. Good enough. Eat my fish. If there's one thing Onlyforged smells like, it's definitely fish. Fish and fire. Because I have eaten, at this point, I have 39 there, so that means I have eaten something like 35, 36, and there's the rare. He's level 15. But, I look at my XP bar. I am 3 bars away from level 13. That would make him yellow to me. I'm thinking, no, I shouldn't do this. But, my greed just takes over. There I was like, hey, should I make a macro? Like, that just says no, so I can press it, hotkey, press it, while the UI is off. No, I'm not that professional. I have to type it in. Miss the overpower there. Pretty disappointing. But so I decide, hey, if I die here, I die here. I'm already dead, basically. I am dead. So I'm just going to do what I can and take this guy out. Maybe. And so I have really sticky glue. I have potions. I should be able to handle him. If I just clear the area out so I can have a clear path to run. And then also get level 13 via grinding. I can fight him. So I will meet you once I've done 13. And we will see this fight. Okay. So here I am. Here's the ding. I'm hitting him. He is hitting me with the double, but it's not much, and I know I'm going to ding, so I don't really got to worry about it. Parried me. And there's the ding. And there's the fish, just to cover the dot damage. Get improved Ren, so I can get Impale later. Deep Wounds is alright. Improved Rens is obviously total trash. Just look at the damage on Ren compared to your white hit, and you'll know how trash it is. And now the respawns are starting a bit, so I'm just continuing to grind them. I think, okay, I gotta grind out till the relevant respawns are there. Like the ones around where I'm standing currently. And then I can really give him a shot. I have really sticky glue left. So if I do run into trouble, I can glue and run. This glue is carrying me right now. When I run out of that, I'm gonna have to be really reconsider what I'm doing. Yeah, so I believe this is the first attempt here. Maybe I'm gonna pull. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this mob here. I'm gonna face pull him. I'm gonna take him out. That is a 93. Miss. 46. Just building rage on him, actually. Yes. In order to be able to just spam Heroic Strike. Once I get up there, if it's a yellow hit, it's much more likely to hit him. So there I have it. Just quickly getting some HP. See this guy as well. Okay, I can continue to build rage. And really give, what's his name, Rathorian a run for his money. This dot is not ideal to have on me. I gotta sharpen my weapon. But my rage bar is almost full. So even if I take a second to just munch a little bit, not sure I do. No, my health is just doing this. Okay, Rathorian. Let's see this fight here. We're going in. And that's a 54. That's a miss. He's hitting me. He's hitting me. That's a 41 he just hit me with. Pop the potion. That's a 51 crit. That's a 24. It is not looking good right now. I hamstring him. He dazes. I gotta use the net. I am out. He could have basically 3-hit me at that point. No potion. Nothing to deal with. Gotta get out of there. I would have died. And I made the decision to run. And that isn't the end. I decide recklessly to go back in, but also continue to grind a bit. You know, we got to clear out that area. These mobs have decent drops. Being humanoids and all, they do drop cloth, so I can level up my first aid. So I continue to grind, and let's cut to the second Rethorian attempt in just a moment here. Just before that, something very important happens. I get myself a lesser healing potion. So that is pretty much double the healing from a minor healing potion. And with the amount of HP I have right now, it's about half my health. Whereas the minor healing is about a fourth. That's how math works, ladies and gentlemen. So, I think I'm about to go in for my next attempt. I still have glue up, just in case shit hits the fan, so to speak. And I'm just clearing out this guy, also maybe thinking about building up some rage. Not really, I'm heroic striking him, but it is some rage I'm building up. And I'm gonna go in for him again. And when I say I should be dead, I mean I should be dead. Because going in again is a conscious decision that will kill most people. But I decided, hey, we will die a warrior. And we're hitting him. Sorry for the lack of commentary, but there's a parry. There's a 57. There's a 56. We've run... Oh, we have just enough for another one. But we're sighting for the white hit. It's a 40. He is missing. He is getting very unlucky on me. He is not hitting very hard. And here it is. The consistent DPS for me is more than enough to just take him out. I get a cloak. I obviously cannot use it. I have to just vendor it for 3 silver, 20 copper. If that thing auctions for a gold, that's ridiculous. Though it's probably from an Alliance side scan. So it would make more sense for an Alliance for that item to be specifically more expensive considering it's here in the Barrens. But there I have it. With not much time left on my Demon Seed, I gotta be honest. Let's see if I do end up hovering over it here. See if I can see the time on it. I'd imagine it's somewhere around 10 minutes. I go in there, I destroy it, I get that quest done. Another level in the bag. Gonna continue to grind my way out here. And I'm gonna make my way to the crossroads. If not the warrior guy. So we'll just check in, see where we're going to be next, and I will see you in a sec. Here I am on top of the Quillbore Mountain, talking to the quest giver. I'm pointing out the forge and the anvil there, saying that I think anything that's coming from this guy will be considered forged, and it would be my honor to use it. If you read that text quest, you are getting him forged steel bars, but he does not specifically refer to using that steel to forge the weapon. I think it's implied. Perhaps. They are not. There's wiggle room here. I'm not actually going to end up using those items in the end, I think, just because I do have the two-hander. But it is a question for anybody else, you know, to wonder if that would count. But the forge is right there. You're getting him steel ingots. It sounds like he's forging it out of those steel ingots, even if it's not specifically referred to in the text. So here I am trying to sneak my way down to just do this quest real quick. And we're going to run into some problems here. And start to show the danger of the Barrens overall. Well, the copper journey continues. And I do spot something, in fact. But unfortunately, as you will see, I will be unable to get it. Now, we didn't call this ore, so we will have to call an ore before the end of this. But that was kind of disappointing. 1 3 copper, 1 rough. And I see there is another copper vein right over there. But also I see some stuff up there. And oh, it's a tin. We are entering tin bronze territory, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm level 13. I'm wearing all whites except for pants and a decent two-hander right now. Like, decent. You know. You could have a level 12 or 13 green at this level, which would be a lot better. Decent. Does the job. So here I'm mining the copper. We got a copper and a rough. Copper and a 2 rough. Copper and 2 rough, baby. That's a 5-3. That's a 5-3 right there. 5 rough, 3 copper. Absolutely massive. Or if it was a 4-hitter, I think that would be entering orgasmic territory, as one might say. But here, I am seeing no way out. And I even take a minute to look up what these mobs are. I cannot get out of here. I am stuck. I do not want to risk pulling these guys and having to run away with the hunters and other things. If I get dazed, I am dead. They are also cast Fireball. I believe this is a point where I'm going to alt-tab to see, oh, what do the Geomancers do? They cast Fireball. So we're going to end this episode by doing something that will definitely prevent your death. Because I'm not getting that tin. I'd have to clear all those guys out. Sadly, I will have to start bronze later because I do not want to risk dying. Thinking, hey, maybe I can clear them. I will not be able to. And ultimately, I do decide to hearth out back to Razor Hill and just walk to the crossroads from there. So, to end this episode, we'll take a moment to praise the gods of hardcore for allowing me to live another day as a reckless warrior whose gear is undergeared by default because blacksmithing while leveling is a terrible profession. And you'll see when we get to like iron and mithril, it will be absolutely horrible. If I'll just have to farm so much. You won't experience it, but I will. But I'll have to just be constantly farming. I'll do loops like in the Yeti cave, hitting mithril, hitting iron, just stockpiling it, continuing to fish to get more leather. So that's going to be pretty much what this is, as well as doing some quests and attempting some rares like today. So good to see you, and I will see you in the next one.